right, so I find this incredible. This is from Yahoo News. Kamala Harris is the top choice of Democrat voters to be the party's nominee for the 2028 presidential election, according to a new poll. What? What?
Do it.
Do it. You're right. You're right.
Run it back.
Yeah. Ms. Harris was significantly ahead of Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, and Pete Buttigieg. By the way, can I just say, you know, these people are so unqualified to run any of these departments that Donald Trump is
right.
nominating. Pete Buttigieg. Okay,
a person
Rachel
they mocked, the Biden campaign mocked for having no qualifications.
No qualifications.
Then they gave him the transportation secretary, and he became the worst one we've ever had.
HHS secretary. Who do we get? A guy who thinks he's a woman. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Okay. So they don't know why they lost, and they're now saying that Kamala should be this is the majority. In a poll, the majority of Democrats think that they go this way again. Guys.
Do it.
Do it. Please. So Katie Couric was on with, what's her name? From MSNBC. She used to be Jen Psaki. She used to be with the White House. And they were talking. They're like, I don't know what happened. I'm so frustrated. What happened? And Couric says, I think it was her word salads. She just didn't answer any question. Well, that's part of it. But could I just try to boil it down for the Democrats one last time? Okay? Let me give you some today scenarios, not in the past. Things that are happening today that are making you the party of the Whigs. Here we are. House Democrats are rebuking a proposal for a ban for an incoming transgender lawmaker from using female bathrooms at the Capitol, calling the effort a distraction from the real work people want to see done. Democrats were quick to blast Nancy Mace, a rape victim, for her bill that dropped on Monday, which targeted Representative-elect Sarah McBride, a Democrat from Delaware, the first transgender member of Congress. However, despite outraged posts on social media and calling the GOP proposals bullying, several Democratic members are saying that they are better to do things with their time than to respond to a petty move. They are wanting this guy, who claims to be a woman, to be able to use the congressional women's bathroom. Now, this guy has his own potty in his office. So does Nancy Mace. So it's not really even a problem. Unless Nancy Mace wants to go in, you know, with everybody else and, you know, not use the one in her office. Sometimes that happens, you know. She doesn't want a guy in there. She's been raped. But beyond that, this is not what the American people want to talk about. Okay? They care now, where they didn't care before about transgenderism and all this stuff. Once you started mutilating our children, once you started forcing people to say, not only is that a woman, but my gosh, one of the most beautiful women. Have you seen Rachel Levine? She is. Oh my gosh, she is hot. She should be on the cover of Vogue. I look at Melania Trump on Melania Trump.
Have I seen Rachel Levine? Every time in my bedroom, there's a poster hanging up over the bed. Of course.
Yeah. I don't even look at my wife. I close my eyes and think of Rachel Levine. Okay, so there's one. Here's the other one. The woman who was an original founder of La Leche League. Now, what is La Leche all about? La Leche is all about mother's breast milk. That's what they fight for. Mother's breast milk. Now they've decided to include men as chest feeders. Well, when guys can start to make mother's breast milk, let me know. But that's what the whole organization is about. Mother's milk. And you're including chest feeders, men. Okay. I wonder what happened. How did he win? What happened? How did we lose America? Example number 2, chest feeders. Here's another one. What city can withstand all of the illegals that have come across the border, which one can afford it? Which one is rolling in the dough? And they're like, you know what? We got so much money and we're so open-hearted. We just want all of them up here. And we're not going to put anybody in jail ever. Okay, which city? Is it Chicago? Because I know Chicago, the minorities are now standing up going, wait a minute, you're giving all these people all this stuff. You never did jack for us, and we're citizens. Okay, not working out, Chicago. And yet you're doubling down now after the election. Before the election, we're like, oh, we're going to collapse if this continues to go. We need Biden to, do some common sense. And that's why we're for him closing the borders. He's got less people coming over right now than Donald Trump did. I'll tell you that right now. And they were all for that. Now Donald Trump gets in and there's not a policeman in this town that will, because we're all for it. Are you now? Are you? Here's what I'm for. If you want to violate federal law, common sense federal law, this is not something that's controversial. What is it? 70, 80% say, hey, we can't live this way. Your own people are crying out for an end to the crime and to illegal immigration and to the tax dollars that you are spending. I say if you want to go there, fine. You do whatever you want. You be you, boo. California, Illinois, you keep going. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Look at you, who's so cute. We all know how that's going to end. Your own people know how that's going to end. But you want to do that? That's fine. I just suggest that you don't get a federal dollar for anything. You can't do that. I hate that. Really? Aren't you the same people that were preaching the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit forever? You're not going to get $1 of federal funding unless it's 55 miles an hour. So don't. That was Jimmy Carter. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Talk to the hand. And that's what you are saying to your common sense voters. Los Angeles, New York. New York, the mayor of New York was saying, we're going to collapse. Now we're not letting a single person go. We love them. Come on over here. I always want to give you a big squeeze. Uh-huh. Okay. What else? What else? Now, I'm not going back to the past. I'm going to the things that are happening right now. The public school district in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, said it mistakenly released the names of close to 100 elementary schools whose families opted them out of the controversial sex education program last year. Oopsie. Did we dox them? We didn't mean to. We keep that file in a super secret place. We keep it over. It's locked. Nobody's ever going to know. That's going to be super secret. Did we just release those names? Oh my gosh. And I'm shocked. I am shocked that somebody hacked in to the Congress and got those facts on Matt Gaetz. And now Matt Gaetz is going to be exposed? I am shocked and horrified. Mm-hmm. Are you? So another reason, you weaponized the federal government. You weaponized it. And every time something happened, you were like, oh, that was a mistake. Then if you didn't weaponize it, if it's all mistakes, you are the worst. We cannot stand another day of people running the country that make this many mistakes because they're kind of important ones. Okay, so what else? Why else did you lose? Well, I want to tell you about the super hot, sexy Jaguar. Here is the latest ad for Jaguar. It's an elevator full of a guy with a tutu on and a guy who looks like he has breasts. Now he's wearing a dress. Live vivid. Delete ordinary. Is that a male or a female? Is that a male or a female? Or is that the one that used to run our nuclear?
That's the luggage stealer.
Okay. Copy nothing. So far, we didn't see a car, and that's the end. And there is no car in the ad. I don't know what they're selling, but it's not a car.
Shocking they would do that today. Like 3 years ago,
maybe
I could have seen it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're doing that in 2025.
Who owns Jaguar?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think it's still Ford, isn't it? Or whoever owns Ford now. It's the same company as Ford. So what? I don't know. What are you selling? I thought you were selling cars. When you sell a car,
it's Tata or Tata Motors, an Indian automotive manufacturing company that acquired Jaguar Land Rover from Ford in 2008.
Okay, all right. So it's Tatas.
It's Tatas.
Okay. Tatas.
And watching that, I can understand. Tatas seems like
but they've been
name.
strangely sewn on men. Those Tatas.
Yes.
So when you're selling a Jaguar, you're selling it to guys, and you're selling that car based on sex appeal. All right, guys, when they can afford a nice Jaguar, they're usually having a midlife crisis, and they're like, I gotta have something sexy that makes me feel young. And a guy in a dress doesn't make a guy feel young and hot, okay? So
a certain type of guy, it probably does.
Probably does.
And I guess that's who they're trying to appeal to.
Right.
No longer the James Bond type that's with every hot spy.
That's
right. Now,
because the majority of people that are buying Jaguars are transgender.
Yes,
or just
85%.
Yeah, 85%. That is, why are you losing? Because you don't know who your customer is. You have no idea. You are denying who your customer is. And your customer is like, wait, hold it. I thought I was voting for the people that were against these never-ending wars. What? No, you have completely forgotten who your customer is. Now, let's go another one. Colorado has paid now $1.5 million for violating an artist's First Amendment rights after the SCOTUS case that just came down. There was a website design, and they had to pay this person $1.5 million because they violated the First Amendment rights. Graphic designer. She was asked to, as a Christian, marriage is supposed to be between male and female, and they wanted, to do a same-sex wedding website, and she said no. They targeted her and then dragged this person through the court and tried to destroy her life. So this goes to the weaponization of our justice system. You're destroying people. Now, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of gay people who are just like, I've had it up to here. Okay? This is not my agenda. I just want to get along. Just leave me alone. I'm a normal human being. I'm not for this. And by the way, let me ask you, who wants somebody to make something for you that just doesn't have their heart into it? Doesn't hate you, just doesn't have their heart into it. You know what that looks like? That ends up looking like a Jaguar ad. Okay? Where you're like, I don't even recognize, that's not. Have you ever, I did this at CNN. I asked somebody at CNN to write a piece on the strength of Ronald Reagan. It was the week he died. And I got it, and it was the worst piece of crap. And it was one of our best writers. Worst piece of crap I've ever. And I called him up and I said, Hal, what the hell happened? Did you just phone this one in? He said, Glenn, I worked harder on that one than I ever have. He said, I don't like Ronald Reagan. I don't understand why everybody loves him. I did the best I could. And I saw he really did. He did. I couldn't be mad at him. He didn't get it. Why would you want somebody to make a website for you that really, truly doesn't get it? Doesn't get your point of view.
And of course, that's not what they wanted.
No,
they wanted there to
everybody to bow down.
Bow down, get a lawsuit, whatever it was.
Right. I'm just going over the things that are happening today, not in the past. Today. Katie Couric, I don't understand. Well, give me 5 more minutes, Katie. And if you don't get it after 5 more minutes, it's because you don't want to get it. Oh, wow, I haven't even considered that. You just want to say that we're stupid and you're brilliant. And you don't really want to find a real answer. It's not an honest search. That can't be, Katie Couric.